Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I'd like to welcome you all back to my channel, Spirit Mother Teachings of Going With Yourself on YouTube, and 1974 Enlightened Soul on my TikTok channel, and to those who are watching live on my Facebook, I'd like to welcome you all in. Today, I'm talking about abuse. I observe different things and what have you. And there's stuff with regards to government. Okay? As I said before, I talk about a lot of the topics I talk about are things that most people try to avoid talking about. Most people don't come forward and tell about their own experiences for fear of what others will think. But in all honesty, I don't give a shit what you really think of me, because I didn't come here to like anyone. I came here to have service to spirit and to bring forward different things, because spirit guides me, and if spirit don't want to do something, I know spirit will kind of like shut me down and I get pushed to do stuff. And if I don't, when I don't do it, I feel a lot within me. Topics are really hard sometimes to talk about. So I kind of hesitate at times because I get that fear myself of what others are going to think of me. And then it's that part of, don't give a shit, because I'm bringing forward something, like I said, that most people don't like to talk about. If you don't know what my channel is about, I advise people to go and look up and read my description on my YouTube channel to find out exactly what my channel is about, especially when I'm live. I do different things on TikTok and also on YouTube, but when I come live, I bring forward a lot of heavy stuff, a lot of the going within ourselves to see things, because as I said before, I go back and I watch uh, my own stuff, because spirit is actually telling me stuff too. Right now, I have an anxious feeling, kind of like anxiety. It's within the heart, and if someone is throwing an attack at me, well, I'm not going to throw it back at you. It's like, if that's what gets you through the day. And it's usually the ones throwing the attacks are the ones that don't want things coming forward, which, they get to say it's actually too bad. That's the part where we need to look within ourselves. I chose the topic of abuse of authority because we're going through a lot of it right now, okay? And then it's like we look to a system that we believe is guiding us or like helping us, but go look the Michael Jackson song up. What is it? They don't care about us. Basically, they only care about this here, like they want us to line their pockets. They want the greed, the ignorance, and what have you. I'm bringing a few things forward because a number of times I did a bunch of different research, like just kind of looking into things. I'm not into looking into actors or anything like that, because I feel like there's more things that we need to be looking at, more important things. Um, uh, well, that's your opinion. If you came in here to throw shade on me, basically play it right. Maybe you don't know where the kitchen is. Basically play. Anyways, back to what I was saying. You must be my ex-husband or a version of him. Um, Abuse of authority can go in many different directions, because abuse of authority runs in the system, but it also runs in the household. Because, well, usually the masculine energy, the one filled with ego, believes that, you know, they're all that and that you got to abide by them. Okay. So it's like the person coming in here and saying to me about a word, no, I don't know that word and I really don't care. But as far as where the kitchen is, I'm not your kitchen bitch. And this is what abusive authority is. It's using people as their kitchen bitch. It's a part of do as I say, not as I do. So they'll abuse you in whatever way they can, whether it be through your electronic devices or whether it be through their agendas and what have you. I get that thing up all the time about to tell people to share my live. Well, I mean, you're going to share it if you want. I'm not here to bash either sex because it's not about either sex. Okay. I'm here to bring truth forward. And right now, if you want to hurt me, you know, it wouldn't be the first fucking time. Okay. I live with a man that feels like he's got more power over me and that I'm just a dog under his feet. And he'll come out and bully me. So if you're in here to troll my channel, just I feel for you. I feel bad for you because that's all you've got to do better with your time instead of going within and actually seeing something within yourself. And you're a troll. So I feel for you because if you go into other people's channels and say this stuff, well, you know, it's pretty sad. I'm not insulting you. I'm saying I feel for you. Yeah. Mhm. So I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to delete you or anything like that. Okay. First, we're going to start with when I said about abuse of authority. Rule of the law chronicles, government abuse of authority. Okay, government can be your medical system and what have you, because they're all affiliated with the same thing. They're all governed. They're all affiliated with the government. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. So when I say about like the government abuse of authority, they bring in and they do up their own laws. Okay. Now they brought about this thing saying that the world was overpopulated. Okay, they say the world. Thank you. They say the world is overpopulated. Okay, how many of you are familiar with Thomas Edison? Okay, I know a lot are familiar with Thomas Edison. Are you familiar with Theodore Miller Edison, who is Thomas Edison's son? Okay, because I'm going to read something here. Theodore Miller Edison was born on July 10th, 1998. Oh, wow. That's the same day Nikola Tesla was born. Who's familiar with Nikola Tesla? Okay. 58. Oh, that's Thomas. Oh, no. Just wait. Who's named, okay. Maybe the simple one. In 1925, he married Anne Marie, whatever her last name is, Camp Oysterhout, a graduate of. In later years, he became an environmentalist opponent of the veteran war, an advocate of zero population growth. In 1939, Theodore Edison and his wife took a trip out west to visit several parks, Orange County. Oh, that's not the one I was looking for. Oh, shit. Yeah, I do know what I'm talking about. Okay? Because there's the Sexual Sterilization Act, which came out in 1928. Okay? And with the Sexual Sterilization Act, that was abuse of authority because they were going behind everyone's back. You know what the way? In the history of rights, Alberta and British Columbia are the only provinces where, for a number of years, governments sterilized mentally ill men and women without their consent. Okay, mentally ill. Okay, that would be talking about people who are actually spiritually awakened and they don't actually know what it is that they're experiencing. So they're sterilizing awakened beings. They're sterilizing awakened beings. They're sterilizing people like us because it says the science of eugenics, which came into permission during the late 19th century, was concerned with improving the human race, believed that natural selection was inefficient, and they sought to influence human evolution by weeding out undesirables. Okay, this is your government, so it's abuse of authority. Okay, and when they talk about like, okay, they got abuse of authority. Okay, and now I'm going to bring treason into this. Okay, they say treason against the government. So basically, treason against the government. If you go against your government, okay, that's treason. But you're usually standing up for your rights against your government. Okay, if you go against the Queen because it's abuse of authority, then it's treason. And I don't care who abides by the Queen and what have you. I do not a queen that would sit on a throne and say about their people, meanwhile the people are starving. Okay, it's all government affiliated. Okay, and I'm feeling that. Very kind to myself every day. I might be tough on myself at times, but if I'm tough on myself at times, that's actually spirit saying, you got to do this. You're going to move forward. Thank you. So the the treason, okay? You get put in jail, you get this done to you, and you get that done to you. But look at all the treason. Okay, they don't really say a lot about treason against the people. Okay, because every time they hurt the people, it's crimes against humanity. So it's committing a treason against the people. But the people are not supposed to stand up to the government. Here's what I think of the government. Right? I got no respect for the system because the systems have no respect for us. The only thing they have respect for is kissing each other's ass. I watched a video today and I didn't understand it. It was just like, what? Because a lot of things don't make sense. It had a video where the Pope was knelt down kissing some people's feet. Seriously? It's like, really? Try to get me to kiss your feet. I might bite your fucking toes off. Because it's not about kissing someone's feet. It's not about kissing someone's ass. So people like myself and other people who are really right out there on the front line, bringing this stuff to light, they say we're treasonous. We're not the treason. We're not the ones committing the treason. Committing the treason are the ones that are in positions of power. Do you ever notice, like, we put these people in power who are fucking wealthy. And not only are they wealthy, but they're affiliated with, these big corporations. Not only are they affiliated with the big corporations, but they are them. Our prime minister, the one, the one's trying to get in. ones that are in government, when we had this COVID bullshit, and I will say bullshit because I tell you exactly what you're experiencing when you're going through it. But I'm just a babbling bitch, psycho, whatever people want to call me. Tell me that I have mental health issues. I had mental health issues until I realized what mental health issues was really causing, and that's a lack of spirituality, a lack of spiritual health, a lack of knowing yourself, a lack of understanding yourself, understanding the spirit world. We see people believe in ghosts and other things like that. Even your systems do. But your systems will tell you that you're psychotic, you have psychosis, you have this or that. Well, yes, you do have psychosis. Everyone has psychosis. You're just not tapped into it because it's actually psychic SOS. The psychics are calling out to one another. And your government knows this. That's why they're keeping you distracted. That's why they keep putting this up. Who gives a fuck if Justin Bieber's having a baby? You care as much about your sister or a family member having a baby? Or are you more concerned that Justin Bieber's having a baby? Or fucking Joe, who was it when COVID started? He was going through the divorce. He's an actor. He was going through a divorce. And it was all over the media and stuff like that. And everybody was so fucking glued to their TV. And they were glued to their TV when the news was saying, oh, it's your patriotic duty. If you don't get this needle or you don't cover your face up with a fucking mask, if you don't put a facade on, then, you're killing your family members. You're making your family members sick. We're not the ones making our family members sick. The fucking government's making your family members sick. And then people look at people like myself. People like to talk about it. Like you say Jesus, I say Yeshua. People like to talk about what Yeshua was bringing forward or other people like Yeshua. Did Yeshua really die? I don't think he did. I think he just continued on and he was kind of more in hiding. Taught people from in behind where you couldn't see him. The raising, resurrection. It's rebuilding yourself, going in the darkness. Because the light is within the darkness. And right now, like with the government and stuff like that, we're lighting it up. We're lighting up the abuse of authority. It's in your medical system. It's in your legal system. It's in your educational system. They'll all bully you. They'll all use fear tactics. They know where I live. I walk with spirit. And I know that I walk with spirit because I experience it every day. And right now I have an anxious feeling within my body. But I know that it's that part of a system that just wants to say, shut your fucking trap. Get the fuck off my island. Go back. Free the people. Let the people go. Stop stepping on them. They're rich as dirt, and we're putting them in a position where they're saying where we're going to spend where they're going to spend our money, but they're not putting the money where the money should be. We can help each other. We don't need the fucking system in that sense because it's all corrupt and dirty. And it's been that way basically since it came into play. It pushed its way in the game. Cocky? Well, if that's the way you want to look at it, but it's not about being cocky. It's about putting something out there. And if you perceive me as being cocky, well, I can't tell you how to perceive your reality because reality is what you make it. So, when you say, "How about Jesus?" What do you mean? Then the like, crimes against humanity, right? Like, they're committing the crimes against us. Like, we're going and we're peacefully protesting, but we have another part of the system that we pay. They're supposed to work for the people, but they're actually believing that they're working for the people, not knowing that they're actually working for the government to hide their dirty secrets. And then every so often, it's like, here, we'll give you pennies just to keep you shut up for a while. And anybody that sits there and shuts up and doesn't say anything, I have to say, you're actually part of the crimes against humanity, especially when you realize it. Because there's so many people that when they come forward, they're afraid, and then they publicize or you find out that somebody that spoke up, because I know they affect my algorithm. I know that because we're all very powerful with our voice, speaking out, speaking our truth, speaking up about our own stuff so that we can release it. Because when we release our own stuff, we're actually exposing the truth of the systems, the true sins, the systems integrated into society who like to abuse their power. And then we're supposed to be the little piss ants. Well, the little piss ants, they torched us so fucking much that we became fire ants. And I said before that when people are out protesting, and then all you see on the news, they say about like, okay, people catching things on fire and stuff like that. It's not the peaceful protesters. It's the ones that the government officials are paying to go out and do this stuff to make people that are peacefully protesting look bad. But, to the people that, you bow to your government, you act like your government is God, and then you say the part of you ask yourself why you ain't got nothing. Seriously, you ask yourself why you don't have anything. Well, that's why. Because you're giving all your power to a system, to a program. Your prime minister is committing treason, high treason, not only on the country, but on the people. But a lot of people know that, and a lot of people want him out. And I'm going to say it. Anybody that supports him, you look like some people supported him in the beginning, and then as time went by, they seen the mask came off, and you've seen it for what it was. But see, is that part of like just remember that the people that didn't vote him in and tried telling people about what you were putting in. You won't say sorry to the people, but maybe you should. I personally believe that anybody who is affiliated with any of the corporations should not be in power because they're always going behind people's back and they give lip service because it becomes a popularity fight. They stand up, it's a show, and they say what they're going to do. And then when they get in there and they say, "Oh well, I'm sorry, we can't do it. We can't make it happen because they have to have the rest of them." Do they not? Is that not how it works? But like people are getting pennies for a raise, and then the government officials, they're going in and they're giving themselves raises without your permission. That's abuse of authority. That's abuse of power. But yeah, I just caught that. Shut my mouth. Go fuck off in a corner somewhere and talk to yourself. You might learn something. It's an ego that tells somebody to shut their mouth. It's a bully that tells somebody to shut their mouth. There, I just did it for you. You want to punch me in my face? Just remember, you punch me in the face, you're punching spirit. You're punching God. We're all gods. We're all aspects of God, whether you want to believe that or not. You go read your book, but when you're reading your book, you make sure you read it right. Because it's all about power. It's all about, I'm going to keep you in your place. I've been abused by the justice system, the medical system, the educational system, the governmental system. Well, there's so many more systems. And they keep making more. They keep bringing in these laws and these bills. And it's like, seriously? Seriously. I thought that was up to the people. I thought the people had say, but the people ain't got fucking say. You gave all your power away. Gave all your power away, and then you wonder why things have gone to shit. Why you don't have nothing. Shit ass. I like my calmness. I can, like, I observe and I bring things forward because it's a part of feeling other people's experience of what they're feeling. I hear people saying stuff, but I also hear that fear of losing everything. There, like, I'll say it again. When I was in the psychiatric unit, I got out, and because I failed to make a phone call, I lost my disability. What I was on disability for is none of your fucking business in that sense. So to ask if somebody's on something for, but I will tell you, because I was having what I felt what was mental health issues. I was actually in a car accident, and I had a severe brain injury, and I was going unconscious. I still tried. I still went and did stuff because I kept faith. And then I started, in after I died in 2019, in 2020, I started digging in. I started doing a lot of research of what I was observing on TV, decoding a lot of stuff. And then the spirit parts that, they didn't want it getting out to the public. They decided to trick me and have me tear the stuff up. but it didn't mean that I forgot it. I forgot it because it took me a lot to Deuteronomy in the biblical sense. Do I read the Bible? I read the Bible when I was little, when I was younger, and every so often I try going to church, but I don't like sitting in there and listening to them say about this person and that person and this religion and that religion, because none of the religions are any better than the other, because they're all pumping out fear, anger. Hey, physical. Don't choke me. This is a spirit to spirit. When I do this, this is a spirit to spirit. So if you're getting aggravated with me, that's a part of your spirit. There's so many people that are seeing truth, but then they're blinding themselves again because they don't want to really believe it. I listen to people very carefully, and then I come back with that part of, do you hear yourself? I just got it from another galaxy. Yeah, so am I. We can still heal because we heal ourselves. And the way to healing yourself is going within yourself and looking at the stuff that we don't want to see, confronting the stuff that we don't want to see, the truths that we don't want to see. It's letting go, like we say. We pray to God for this, and we pray to God for that. But everything is always given to us. It's always there. It's just a matter of like, are we gonna reach out and accept it? Because when it says like Senor love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting and willing to receive and accept. Are you going to receive your own healing? The abuse of authority, the abuse of power. I'm telling you, every time a person goes to the doctor, here, take this pill. Here, take this pill. Don't take the natural stuff. You can't do that. Don't you do that. We are going to take it off the market. It's fucking nature, man. Go clean a dandelion and fucking eat it instead of, you know, destroying them. Anybody know that they say you're allergic to goldenrod, but goldenrod is what they actually use in order, like, for allergies? It's in there. I send out, like, love, and I bring it, like, spirit brings it all out. Like, spirit is irritated. And that's why you're seeing all this stuff happening. And we're saying that, oh, it's this person doing it and that person doing it. You think the earth is alive? Everything is alive, whether you want to believe it or not. How do you fucking think it grows? Yes, I know how I look, and I really don't give a shit. I'm so tired of hearing people say about things, but don't want to do anything about it. And then when somebody is doing something about it, oh, you just want attention. Or, oh, will you just stop about that? It's like, okay, we'll stop. When you people stand up, stop your fucking complaining, and do something about it. It's not about fighting one another. It's the system that keeps us fighting each other, keeps us divided into like not realizing what we're actually being distracted from. When they took $972, so let's get in a month. When they took it from me, they said it was because I failed to make a phone call. It was right at COVID time, and everybody was getting, the people were getting $2,000 a month. And then, did you people forget that you got that $2,000 a month, and then you got made to pay most of it back, if not all of it? You told, oh, don't go on unemployment. We're going to give you $2,000 a month. You would have been better off going on fucking unemployment. At least you were getting your money. They like you couldn't take the unemployment. Oh wait, no, they do whatever they want because they make the laws when it's actually not supposed to be them. So you're giving your power to somebody that don't care about they don't care about you, but you think they do. It's like what we really want to do is we want to go in and we just want to take every person, just want to take right out, but we can't because you have to come to the realization yourselves, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Yeah, and I know that the algorithms are being messed with right now, and it's that part of what the fuck you're scared of. They don't like the truth right now. They don't like people standing up for themselves. They want everybody groveling at their feet. Go bow to the people that are wearing fucking gold and jewel crowns, wearing fucking $10,000, $20,000 pairs of shoes, waving. Oh, I'm so prim and proper. You think they don't fucking fart? Think their shit don't stink? I'll tell you right now. Think of what's really going on in your monarchy because they're not the rightful heirs. Spirit is the rightful heir. We're in control. We're supposed to be in control of ourselves. Like, like you are that low on self-esteem that you feel that you have to have somebody else control you and tell you what to do because you can't think for yourself. If I'm coming off as rude bitch, oh well, it is what it is. I had somebody have to be an asshole and rude to me in order for me to go in, and it was a part of spirit. It wasn't a fucking authority figure. The only ones I have respect for are the ones that have respect for the people that actually want to help the people and not their fucking pocketbook and not their ego. I had an ego and I still have it sometimes. But your ego is what's gonna it it ego protects you, but it's that part of knowing when that you can protect yourself, that you don't need that ego all the time. That ego is actually hindering you in a lot of aspects of it because it'll talk you out of things because it can be afraid. Think of when you were a child. How much stuff are you afraid of? But yet we're making our children afraid of everything nowadays. Why? Why do we have our kids? I know they say because of the way society is. Well, why aren't we taking charge of it? We have these laws or what have you. Some of them are just totally fucking frivolous. It's ridiculous. It's not almost laughable. It is fucking laughable. It's a joke. It's not the universal laws. We create our own reality. And they say about prophets, you're your own prophet. When you listen to somebody else say a prophecy or a prophet, it's what they're saying. But maybe that's a fucking heads up to say, hey, this is what could happen. You might want to do something to fucking avoid it. Like there was a form of extraterrestrials that went to a country, start with P. They went to the kids in the school ground and they told them that this stuff, the electronics, was going to be our downfall because they had already gone through it. The electronics were going to be your downfall, and they're not wrong. They were saying about propaganda and everything like that, and they're not wrong. But see, people don't know that because we're too fucking glued to programming, and we're not understanding what it is that we're watching because the stuff that they should be putting, the true news, the real stuff that can actually help humanity, opposed to hinder it. They don't put that on. And to you reporters, to you news businesses, I will say you should be ashamed of yourself. You're supposed to be putting out there what should be the news for the people. Why the fuck are you catering to the government? What are they holding over your head? Hmm? To the government officials that are kissing ass. What the fuck's being held over your head? Because when you put these people in government that are already rich as dirt, do you realize how fucking easy they can be bought? Because all they care about is their dollar, their fancy suits. Everybody would want to dress up. I like to dress up. But it's not about getting all dressed up because just because you're dressed up doesn't make you a good person. But God will tear you down. Spirit will tear you down to rebuild you. Spirit will take everything from you to rebuild you, to help you see what God truly is. And it's the love. It's the connection. It's the oneness. It's the consciousness. That's the Christ consciousness. And your government knows this because they're all affiliated. They're all connected. They all know the same fucking secrets that they're keeping from you. They don't want you knowing it. So people like myself and other people that are coming forward with the natural healing and the truth of stuff, we're called witches. We're called witch doctors. Your witch doctor is the one that sits in the fucking office, creates all these fancy buildings, sits in the office, and takes a piece of paper. Oh, you have a cold. Here, you got a little bit of inflammation. So here, I'm going to write you a prescription. Here, take this. Or Not throwing shade on all doctors because there are doctors out there that are saying that when you're giving any prescriptions. But I don't. I went to in it. Shit. 20? 2020 was really the last time that I went to a doctor. I went one time, and that was to ask about CBD, but he wouldn't prescribe me CBD because CBD is natural. CBD oil is natural. He wouldn't prescribe that, and that actually does. It helps with anxiety. It helps with many other things because it takes you out of your head and it allows you to like release. I'm not telling people to take it, but instead of going to all these prescriptions and bowing to a system and groveling to, because that's what we do. We end up groveling. You want to find your seed here? I'll help you find your fucking seed. I'll piss you off enough to make you bring it out. So bringing out your true feelings. I have somebody that they went somewhere. It's like shit went down for them, and it really hurt them. But they didn't say shit to the person. If they had a mouthful, they're keeping it all inside, and then when they come back with it, the people closest to you fucking wear it. How about instead of making the people closest to you fucking wear it, how about you put it back on the people that fucking did it to you? These are spirits. These are ancestral lines. And I know that I'm connecting on other people. Because I've been through my stuff. I'm bringing things forward so that others can feel comfortable bringing their experiences forward. Because it's you holding it over you. You're holding things over your own head in a sense because you're not fucking dealing with it. You're looking to a system to cover it up and deal with it for you when you're not even dealing with it. They can take their lip service and they can shut up their asshole for all I give a shit because I don't believe a damn word any of them saying. Because when you connect with spirit, you can actually feel their true intentions. And it's that part of knowing that we're living on two timelines, so we're going back and forth. So that's why a lot of stuff don't make sense. Maybe that's why people think that some person's good on one side because they're seeing something that other people aren't seeing. Like, hey, there's more than one of you. Because every time you decide that you're not happy with where you are right now, you place yourself somewhere else. It's true. What we put out there is what we get back. So, hey, I think the government officials that are in power, that are abusing the people, it's time you step down and allow people to come in who are actually there to help the people, not themselves and their pocketbook. Because, see, there's not a lot of them. And it's true. People are the power, and they know that. And that's why they're keeping you in fear. That's why they're abusing their authority. That's why they're abusing their power. That's why they're using the Sexual Sterilizations Act, which you call genocide. We keep allowing history to repeat itself because we keep ignorant to allow ourselves to see the truth for what it really is. And I'm not insulting you. If you take that as an insult, then that's up to you. but I'm not going to come in here to spread fear. These are my opinions. These are my experiences. These are my thoughts. These are what I see, what I've observed. It's like I told them, the person there when they experienced that. I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have cared if it meant that I lost people talking to me. I confronted something last year, and for 7 months, damn near it, 6 months, between 6, 7 months, pushed away from my own family. And the same person told me I did the right thing and just hang on. We want to give everybody else advice. We want to shame everybody else, but we never want to look at ourselves. Kiamakuea, Kiatakuresa, Escribiria Demonia. That's your opinion. Obviously, maybe you like to hear yourself talk. She just said it. So you like to hear yourself, you know, try to make somebody feel less than what they are because maybe that's how you feel superior over them, but you're not. Spirit. The earth is my mother. The earth is my father. I am my mother, I am my father, and I am a child. Do I want to be coming on here and doing this stuff? No. What I actually want to be doing is going, just talking to people, just bringing the language to life, codes, healing, teaching, showing people like ways of healing, of what healing can actually do for you if you stop listening to a fucking system. But when you start doing that, you have others that come in and they don't like your life, so they want to fucking beat you down. They want to have you feeling less than what you are because they want to pump their own ego and they want to be superior over you. Well, that's what you do. And they're all affiliated with the government because they're all fucking bought and paid for. And I'm not for sale. And anyone that thinks that they own me, you're totally selling, mistaken. I don't care what fucking patent you think you got on people. Even two parents, they may have your DNA, but they're not your fucking patent. We're all supposed to be unique. We're supposed to be teaching each other, not fucking each other over. But what do I know? According to some laws, I'm just a bag. Don't want you stand up, gotta cover up. If you're showing any skin, you're looking for it. Don't care if you're man or woman. You're the one, like, people are the ones that are fucking looking. So, you want to judge other people, but, you say you don't care about other people judging you, then why the fuck? If you don't care why that other people are judging you, I have to ask you, why the fuck are you treating, like, Why are you treating people the way you do? Why are you treating people like they're a piece of shit just because you don't care what people say about you? Obviously you do. Because something made you pretty fucking bitter and judgmental. Everybody, keep the peace, keep the peace, keep the peace. Oh yeah, keep the peace. Let people fucking walk all over you. Don't say shit so they can go walk all over somebody else. Like, hey, how about we stop the fucking vicious circle and stand up and say, we're not doing this no more. We're not taking it no more. Get the fuck off my back and walk yourself. Some people are lucky to have have people that will actually help them. But there's some that don't. And that's pretty sad. I love being a kid. The other day, I was at a park, had like a hill, and I went down. I actually put the video up on my TikTok, and it hurt. But it was fun. I went yesterday to the ocean, and I just kind of danced and did my line. And I walked out, and the water was pretty cold. I walked out in the ocean, and I used to be afraid of the ocean up until the age of 47. I stood in the ocean, spread my arms, and just stood there. The water was pretty cold, and I just I zoned because you can get rid of your own pain. That's what you can do because it's a mind over matter. It's like a placebo. You know, it doesn't matter if you're eating a lot of like some people get placebo. You know, do you think that's not a part of what the God thing is? Consciousness, because it's the mind, God. You know, you have a headache, you concentrate on that headache. Does it not get worse? When you take and you put your mind somewhere else, it goes away. But there are the times when, you know, like you're having inner pain and you're dealing with the trauma or what have you, you have to look at it. You have to face it. You can't just go to a doctor and say, give me a pill. Or sit there and keep going over the same type of shit. Or look to any form of system that abuses their authority, that abuses their power. Because, like I said, you give them power, and that's why you're not getting it from them. Because the power that you can have to get yourself where you want to be in life, you gave it away. Every time we sign contracts, different forms of contracts, you go and you do your ballots for the voting. You're giving your say away. You're giving your power away. You should be able to say what you want to do with your own money. And people don't like the way I am. So the thing is, I was like this. I didn't take the shit. I stood up to the bullies. And then I allowed life to get to me. I allowed different forms of systems to dictate. night at the moonlight. I was watching another thing. It was talking about it, like this guy who was in a religious congregation. He said about them all coming here. You're gonna. Will be the power. You're gonna. Seriously? The ego aspect. Oh well, Candy. Proud to be crazy. Because crazy means you're awakened. Means you're awakened to the truth. So this is good that. And well, according to the therapist and what have you, I'm actually not crazy. I'm unexplained. So, and as far as old, you're fucking right I am. Because I'll tell you right now, I know I go right back to the beginning. So you're fucking right, I'm old. Ancient. But I still feel good and look good. I don't tell people whether they're going to get back with somebody or not. And the reason why I don't do that is because it's the part of where people need to go in and look at themselves and say, why did we break up in the first place? In the first place? Was it meant to be? Is there something that needs to change? Because to say that somebody's going to get back in a relationship, well, that's a part of why did you break up in the first place? Because obviously there was a reason. And if you're meant to be back, if those people are meant to be back together, well, they'll be back together. And if it happens, it'll be when they both get their shit together because something is causing it to separate. But it's the part of don't worry about whether you're going to get back with somebody or not. Just keep going with your fucking life. Not being ignorant or rude. I used to feel the same way. And that was like when you sit and you think, well, what the fuck did we break up for? Somebody wants to talk to me, find out if they want to know about themselves or anything like that. And you talk to me. I don't come on here and I don't do like the readings or anything like that, but I will talk one on one with people because I feel like I'm putting my stuff out there. If you want to put your stuff out there of what you're experiencing, then put it out there. Put it out there for everyone. And it helps you to sort through your own shit because it has you hearing yourself. It's not feeling shame about your experiences. It's about loving yourself, loving the dark aspect, the darker aspects of yourself, your shadow selves, because you did it. You can't change it. In some aspects, the way of changing it is changing the way that you look at it. Not how somebody tells you that you have to see it. Ti chiedo tutto chiaro, ma ne sarei. E lo tutto ti chiedo, la verità. Super riesco a vedere se tutto diventa comunque. Ecco tutto quello che ti serve. Dai, mai. Mai. Qui è chi è che non c'è. Excuse me one sec. I don't pause my videos. So when you find yourself and you let go and take control of yourself, then you'll see how things in life change, not only with yourself, but with your relationships with other people. Some people are meant to leave. Some people are meant to go. It's going because people are sorting themselves out, or they just don't. They're not on your vibration anymore. They're not in line with you. So if things are happening, it's because spirit is removing it from your surroundings for one reason or another. And trust me, it sucks when you're left not knowing, like, why the fuck did that just happen? Like, you're left shaking your head saying, what? Like, what the hell just happened? What did I miss? You missed it because you got shifted. It wasn't aligning with you. It wasn't aligning with your purpose. Spirit will take things out of your life, people and things out of your life because it's not aligning. What spirit is telling you with regards to your own potential. Spirit is having all this stuff come to light because it's saying this is not the way. It was not the right way. It was never the way things were supposed to be. It wasn't about somebody coming in and controlling people. But like fudge, man. I can, like when that happens, I can feel it. Like parts of me, like a part of me wants to just say, like fuck the world and fuck everybody, and why the hell should I help anybody? But it's spirit gives us the tools, and we're too ignorant to recognize the tools. Gives us the tools, puts the people there to help because people pray to God for help and what have you. And then when somebody different comes into their life, that spirit sending that person there or that situation there to fucking show you something to help you. This is the wake up. It's the part of exposing the truth of what's been happening behind the scenes, the good and the bad, and what may appear to be pretty friggin' grim and ugly. It's not like it's just coming to light now. It's not. It's not like it hasn't been there. It's been there. We're just seeing it more now. Like our education, I don't like it. I was watching Terrence Howard, and those are the ones that I can fucking relate to. Like seriously, I'll tell you something. You'll all look at me funny, but he says about when you take one times one, they say one times one is one, or one multiplied by one. They tell you it's one. When it's actually two because you're multiplying one by one. So you're multiplying it. Since when did you multiply and everything was supposed to stay the same? You double something. Is it the same? Those are the real teachers, real truth tellers, because then those people, they get threatened in many different ways. Stephen Greer is another one. Who's the other one? Jordan Peterson. He brings a lot of different stuff forward. They even threatened to take his license. But when they do that, people should say, fuck you, and keep doing it because you're qualified. Just because they take your license. Well, I had somebody come on here before because I showed my qualifications, something like that, stuff like that, and they just wrote on there, it's just a piece of paper. Well, your fucking doctor just has a piece of paper. Like, just because people hasn't didn't finish school or didn't go to college or university doesn't mean they're dumb. Doesn't mean they're stupid, because I know a lot of people that, like, they didn't complete school and they're pretty fucking smart. They're actually brilliant, smarter than most teachers. Because when you challenge someone of authority, I did it just recently. They were teaching about stars and galaxies. They were showing the equipment with regards to the Schumann resonance, but they had not a fucking clue what the Schumann resonance was. Seriously? The fuck are you teaching for? You're teaching shit you don't even know fuck all about. Like, here, I can only teach you what's in the book. I'm not allowed to use my own fucking brain. Right? People. There you go. Not there. I heard somebody a few nights ago saying about that they have borderline personality disorder. And I brought forth, when you get labeled with that or any kind of mental health issue, it's actually the part of spirit. And we don't understand it. When you have borderline personality, or when they say borderline personality disorder or personality disorder, it's you're connecting with the different personalities of spirit, the different aspects of spirit, the different forms of spirit. Our traumas will put negative energy out there. It's because we are putting that fear out there, and then we rely on the system to help us through it. But the system doesn't help us through it. The system actually, in many cases, keeps us experiencing it. And they know what to do. Like, seriously. They know exactly what they're fucking doing. Because they treat you like you know fuck all. If you don't got cash, if you're not easily bought, manipulated, then you're a threat to them. But see, the one person that you need to be worried about as to whether or not you're a threat to is yourself. Because whenever you do this, and you put your power to a system. You're causing harm to yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because you're no longer believing in yourself. You're losing faith within yourself. You're losing your own power. And people don't want to believe that, but that's okay. Because one day you will, whether it be this now or in another form. Because there is a part of you out there that does believe it. It's not about believing in different parts of the Bible. It's about knowing it within yourself. Because it's your story. It's parts of your lineage. It's parts of your line coming down to you. And we're here to sort it out. Our ancestors are looking to us to make things right. Oh God. Yes, well, if my family is embarrassed by me, you need to shake your head because you shouldn't be. You should actually be proud of somebody like me. Because I go with the heart. Isip ko tatay tuloy mai. Ero kuriai tatay sa tatay tuloy. Kiriai tuloy kiriai. I had somebody tell me that they were very grateful for me because I helped them come a long way. Because I don't pull the punches. I say it how it is. I believe that the true teacher is experience. You know, it's we say we don't want to fight, but you know, some people just really need to be told off, myself included. And believe me, I tell myself off. And like with kids who are close to me, it's because they see my kid, they see my inner child, because my inner child shines through. It's a part of becoming your inner child. We teach our children to be afraid. We teach our children to look to a system. We're not bringing our children up. A system is, and anybody that says that it's not, unless you're homeschooling your children and you're staying away from stuff with regards to the system, the system is actually bringing our children up, and we're allowing it to happen. Because even if we see what's going on in the system, we still don't stand up. And some of the people still don't stand up. That's like why. I know someone that, like, the kid was coming home and telling them what was transpiring with the teacher at school. And they were saying, oh, no, the teacher's not doing that. Like, it's not the teacher. You're fucking right, it was. And it was the same person that told me that when they were little, the teacher, because he couldn't sit still in his fucking chair, the teacher set him inside a garbage can and held his fucking hand and humiliated him in class and squeezed it. Like, seriously, and they were giving the strap and people thought that was okay? Like, what's wrong with people? And then we wonder why our fucking society is the way it is. Holy shit, man. No, she's not off on a tangent. You just want to throw shade on her. Yeah. Is it a third party or is it spirit? Parts of spirit. Because spirit speaks through me. Happens all the time. And then, the mental health system already told me I'm unexplained because they can't explain how I do what I do. Yeah. Yeah, you're fucking right. I got at it sometimes. Sometimes you got to. It's not about sitting down. Love and light isn't about sitting down and taking the bullshit in that aspect. You have love for people. When you have love for people, you don't just sit back and watch others be walked all over like they're a fucking doormat and a piece of shit. I'm in church every fucking day. I don't need a building to go to. I am my church. Because spirit lives in here. Spirit, well, is all around me. And I'm extremely grateful that spirit tore me down and is rebuilding me. It's not all about praying for frivolous fucking shit. I pray for things that benefit everybody. Because if people aren't happy, then it makes it harder for you to be happy yourself in ways. Unless you've just fucking disowned everybody. And, people say, oh, well, like, don't get attached to anything. But yet, they say, don't get attached to anything. But, oh, we're the one. So we're all attached to each other. Like, holy shit, people, do you ever listen to yourself? Do you know what you're fucking teaching? Do you know what you're putting out there? The other day I was driving and I come up across a mother duck with her babies walking away, baby passed away. And I couldn't get stopped. And all I could do was hold on to my steering wheel and scream. And then I felt, and I got off the road and I turned and I come back. I was in a panic because I hit them. And I get out of the car and I took a towel and the baby's dead. And I wrap him in a towel. And this was the egg. And all I could do was scream. Because I could feel the mother's pain. I could feel we're the problem, not the animals. And we say that they're destroying everything. They're not fucking destroying shit. They're just destroying what you fucking put up with from destroying their stuff. And your systems are the lead. Because they're keeping all the secrets, they're keeping all the stuff that helps everything. Isso não é, eu vou ganhar, isso não é. I'm not sorry for this letter. I have a hard time walking in the woods, just walking anywhere where things are torn apart and down. And you know, they say that's evolution. No, it's not. The way things are happening, it's not evolution. You walk by the roads and they took and they fucking tear the trees. And when I go by, I feel it. It's like here, to the ones that went and tore those trees. Here, let me tear your fucking limbs off. People say, oh, it ain't got feeling. You're fucking right, it does. They've even done, like, they've done scientific stuff, finding out that it does. Yep. Yeah, yeah, I do. Spirit's got to stay for another spirit. Fucking people destroy things. And then when something comes in and destroys their stuff, oh, well, it's such a big fucking thing. Wasn't a big thing when you destroyed its environment, was it? Wasn't a big thing when you fucking like tore it apart and like, you know, you just left everything behind because you wanted a piece of it. That ain't a human experience. That's sick. No, this is spirit. This is a spirit. Right now, it's like the animals are talking, the trees are talking. I sit with the birds all the time. I have a crow that comes and will literally sit with me. And I know one day that they're going to just come and they're going to just sit on me. And I don't care who thinks they're dirty. They're actually the spirit. was watching another thing with the dinosaurs. And they were around a lot longer than what you think they were. Because there's photographs. And no, they weren't doctored. Because I'll tell you right now, shit was around for a hell of a lot longer than what you fucking think it was. We were just blinded to it. Kia puria, srika puria, un. Wow, right there, yeah. See that? We're talking about abuse of authority. And it works for like family members, parents, what have you too. These parents abuse their authority, abuse their power. And in some cases well, it's all done in a manipulative way. And someone right now can have to say, and Trina, I commented on a picture that they had on the swimming lessons Facebook page. And the person come back and said, "Oh well, that's the chemicals that they're putting in the air and it's crystallizing or what have you." I'm here to tell that person, is it really? Because that was happening long before fucking chemicals were invented. And now this song on is whatever her name is. You think you're special, we're all special in many different. I have a friend that says people use her dumb, and she's fucking intelligent. Society makes people bitter because of the program that started. But if you look back, like there's a lot of people that have gone back and they're bringing it forward of what the different buildings look like and what happened. And they all got torn down. Everything had healing powers. Everything, free energy was here, and it was taken, it was removed, hidden. You see, kind of that culture, yeah. But it's gonna come out. I know there's parts of it already out there, but it's going to be available to everyone, and it's going to be sooner rather than I just know it and I feel it. I feel it in the air. So wait, it is the air. Yeah, yes. Yeah, yes. today I thought, today is good today. You'll realize that when you become balanced, balanced within yourself, and then when you become balanced within yourself, you see the bigger picture. You see your own power. You see your own ability. You know, to hear power of suggestion. That's like love is a suggestion. It's what someone perceives it to be or has seen it in their vision, and then they put it out there, and then it creates a domino effect because somebody said it. People make it happen. I say free energy is there, and it's available to everyone, and they can't hold it no more. And the church is not holding. People may perceive it to be building, but you know, church was every day, but it wasn't really classes. It was a healing, and they taught people how to become their own healer. Because people go away from me for you take your kids away from you or something like that. The kids understand because it's my inner child speaking to their inner child. And the thing is, we're always afraid of allowing our inner child to come out because we've suppressed it. Because we're always told, oh, well, you got to grow up. You got to do this. Like, you got to have this by this age. Or, you got to be like this. You got to be like that. Fuck you. I'll be however I want. If I want to be a bitch, I guess I'm a bitch. But I know I'm not a bitch. I'm just fed up. And a lot of other people are too. Only we're told to you just go shut up somewhere. It's like I say to you, oh, you just go fuck off and find your heart. Like, deal with your shit. Clean up your shit. Instead of telling everybody else it's their responsibility to clean up your shit. You made your shit, clean it up. We hold on to our stuff, we gotta let it go. And no loyalty to businesses, corporations, but I have loyalty to family. Whether I make mistakes or not, my loyalty always comes back. Because I'm even loyal to people who are not loyal to me. Sitting and I was watching my great niece. And she was looking down and she looked at people and then I understand it now what she's doing. Because I realized that I would do the same thing because you're trying to figure out, well, why is that person like me? Because she asked me, like, there was a little girl sitting and she looked at me and she goes, Why is that little girl not happy? She's 3. But she's a very old soul. You hear that? I what? I'm on live. Okay. She's a sweetheart. So's the other one. They're just so connected, and they don't. Kids do not understand adults, and that's why they look at analyze everything, trying to fathom. They're here to help us, and we hinder them. And we act like they're stupid, and they're not. We're the fucking smart ones. We're the ignorant ones. And then we suppress them. Then they're sitting in their rooms, smoking dope, and taking pills, and drinking, and taking their lives, and not knowing their own identity. So we can't blame everything on a system because we're the ones in fucking charge. And we give it away. We give them authority over our children. You know, please. I relate more with children. It's because I know what the innocence is like. As we get older, we lose that. We lose our imagination. We lose hope in many ways. And then we look to other people, and then they abuse you. They abuse their responsibility. They abuse their authority. They abuse their power. But in actuality, we're the ones to blame because we give it away. Because you can't take something unless you give it. Found out recently, and I know when something's not right. I know when I'm afraid of somebody and I'm having a bad feeling within myself. I know I'm having it for a reason. I found out something just yesterday. It was about a situation, person, what have you. And I was like, I told the person that told me that something just I didn't want a situation around my place. But I knew nothing. I'm going to tell you, your kids are going to tell you, whether it be verbalizing it or whether it be their physical actions. They are your radar. because they see it. Kids even see things that we don't see, and that's why they say about having an imaginary friend. That friend is not imaginary. You're seeing that friend on it. It's like your cat. Your cat can see because it sees from innocence. This is odd for the channel I listen to, the station. It's like, yeah, I can headbang. Sometimes I like headbanging because it actually stimulates the body. Hey, hey, right? Right? It stimulates. Like some music, like I can dance to different forms of music. I don't like listening to stuff that has a lot of cursing or that's derogatory, that's shaming other people or things like that. But when it's of power, like some uh, thunder, stuff like that, and different forms, I can just get there and just freaking, go through the motion. I'm going to bang my head because it does. It actually feels exhilarating in ways that it's a vibration, but it's not a bad vibration. Mhm. See, my channel's not for everybody because it's a very intense channel. Mhm. So speak up, speak your truth, bring your power back. Yeah, there's some songs that come in that trying to lower a person's vibration. So it's that part of the song My Mom Didn't Like You, She Likes Everyone. But see, it's part of if that's happening, is it because the person wants something in life and she no longer wants to be around chaos? And everybody should love themselves. We should all feel good about ourselves. Di sicuro tai. Oh, I know. Eto dai ai. See, some people, it's like, you don't know where I came from. It's like, well, it's the part of, do you really know where I came from? Do you know what I've been through? Do you know what I've gone through? This is what people need to realize within themselves. That people don't know what you've been through, and you don't know what others have been through. People don't always bring everything. So they may bring some stuff forward, but there may be stuff that they just don't feel comfortable bringing forward because they feel one way, or they can be afraid of what others will think of them. Because there's a lot of people, like, when you feel like you're not worthy of love, so you push people away. Like what you like in somebody else, because you say it reminds you of yourself. You have something in common. That's what you like about you. And that's what that person was there to teach you, to show you. So when you step out of the systems, when you step out of the ones that are abusing their authority, abusing their power, and you step out of that and you take your power back, and you start seeing yourself. You start seeing everything more clearly of how to get to where you want to be. It's not about like holding hate and animosity to everyone. Yes, people that are doing wrong, they, it's being held accountable for it. And I don't agree with our justice system allowing people who have raped and molested and killed people and stuff like that. Our justice system is working the wrong way. I was watching another thing where it was saying about a man, 6'2" man, raped a 9-year-old boy and a 17-year-old girl. And the judge, because he got a sex change but still had his penis, and he wanted to be in a female prison, the judge was going to put him in a female prison. But he set himself to be a woman, but had all the male parts. Nothing against transgenders or anything like that. Yeah, transgenders. Where am I? I have nothing against them, but there are a lot of people coming forward and wishing that they hadn't done it. But some people, I know that some people will say of one form or another because of situations. So that's a part of trying to abuse the authority, trying to manipulate a system. And that's why it makes it so hard for other people who are trying to live their life that way. Some will actually go and do something just so they can figure out if they can get like special treatment. Okay, I heard easier said than done. What do you mean by which part is easier said than done? I missed something if you're still here. because yes, things can be easier said than done, but it's only as hard as you allow it to be. It's only as hard as you make it. Because if you keep in that mindset, it's harder, it's easier said than done, then you're limiting yourself. And when we limit ourselves, then we can't overcome something. And unless you've been following me from the time that I started my videos, you don't know my journey. It is a hard path. And it all depends on, it's all on what you've been through. It's all on how you continue to perceive it. Because if you feel that way, you're giving your power to it. Because you're saying that it is defeating you. So you're keeping yourself, in a sense, from overcoming it. So it's the part of allowing yourself to see, as painful as it is, and let me tell you, it's pretty fucking painful. Because sometimes you got to go through things that you really don't want to go through. But if you want to make things better for yourself, because you want something for yourself, but you feel like you're being held back, we're holding ourselves back because we're listening to outside of ourselves. We're listening to other people opposed to listening to our heart, to our body. And that's the part of giving power to somebody else. So I know that it is easier said than done, but it is doable. And I tell people, if I can do it, you can do it. Because I've tried taking my life on a few occasions. And I actually am in a philosophy class of killing and letting die. And they say like in some cases it's okay for like the euthanasia, because if people want to die, they don't want to suffer no more. They say it's okay for that, but you're looked down on if you attempt to take your own life and fail. I don't believe I would, because I'm growing. I'm seeing things for what it is. And trust me, I know, like, sometimes, yes, I get that feeling of wanting it to just end, but then I realize that's not that's not my feeling. It's my feeling in a sense, but it's actually a program that, it's the part of, like, realizing that, wait, no, I don't want to. I want good things in life. I have good things in life. Things frustrate me, things piss me off. And sometimes, yes, I do want to, I do feel like ripping someone a whole new a-hole. But it's don't give up. It's a system that wants you to give up on yourself. Because when we give up on ourselves, we're giving them exactly what they want. Dice la tutore e mi creperie la vedeso con tutore. I watched my mom commit passive suicide because she had a facade. Because deep down within herself, she wasn't happy. And then we put on a brave face. But she was passively committing suicide. And at the end of it, I couldn't be there. I couldn't be there with her. Because I was so angry with her. I was so angry that she let herself go. Tell it she just didn't want to be around. Then at the end of it, she did. But by then, it was too late. She started seeing that people did love her and care about her. And that's when we never know what we have until it's gone. It's too late. Because we don't put the time in when we have what we do have. We hold on to the past. And the past just, it's not there. It never was there because it was always in the moment. And this is what they don't want you to know. They want to keep you distracted by worrying about whether, like, that somebody's having a baby or it's like, do you care as much about your own family as you do these fucking, as you do actors that you don't, people you don't even like know? Yeah, okay. We feel bad for people. But it's like, you're feeling more bad for somebody that you don't even know than you do for your own family, and it's because you're close to them. And like, you don't know what these people were like. There's a lot of stuff coming out about a lot of actors and singers and everything like that, and government officials and even your monarchy, the people you fucking bow to. You stand in a line and for hours just to get a ticket to go see them when they're fucking just siphoning you. Not only your pocketbook, but your fucking energy. If we put half as much energy into ourselves and our family, the world would be a fucking much better place. I'm not saying it's not okay to like go to a show or go to a concert. That's up to you because it brings it brings joy to people. But it also gives the opposite effect too. So it's weighing. I'd rather have people sitting around and playing their guitars and people laughing and playing with the kids and just having real good old shindig. Not with a lot of alcohol or anything like that, or drugs or anything like that. Just like people high on love, life, excitement, joy, happiness. It's like nobody wants to talk. When they do talk, in parts, some people just don't want to listen. And sometimes that's the ones that just want to be the ones to talk all the time. Yep, like me. The talking that I'm doing is putting the story out there, and I'm working for spirit. So if you don't like me and you don't like my channel, I didn't invite you in. You decided to be here. I would go into a guy's channel and I watch. And then you start actually seeing it. It's like, I don't want to go into a channel where somebody is sitting there and reading a book to me. If I want to read a book, I will read a book. If you're reading something, share your own experiences with it as to how that book has changed your life, how that book relates to you. And if somebody wants to call me a Karen, maybe you're a Karen just for coming in and telling me I'm a Karen because you want to start shit. Yes, I see the chemtrails and people that were mocking people and saying about other people that were talking about the chemtrails. They were telling them that they were full of shit until they actually started, looking up at the sky and seeing it for themselves. But, just remember there's two things going on. The truth of things are coming out. And some people are still blinded to it because of what they were taught. Oh, well, this is what I was taught. Just because you were taught it doesn't mean it was right. Because it's been manipulated by a system to fit its agenda. It's like take your bills in government and shove them up your ass, saying that people can't sell herbal stuff. Seriously? Who? Seen that in the government. They want to pass a bill to take natural remedies, natural stuff off a shelf. Let's see, why would they do that? Because by taking that stuff off the shelf and saying that you can't sell this, you can't do this, it's, you know, what did they say? You're fucking gouging into the pharmaceuticals pockets. You're taking money from us. It's because they're losing their grip. That's why all this fucking shit is changing the way it is. It's like pretty soon they're going to say, oh, because you farted standing on the sidewalk, you're going to get a fine. Well, here, let me show you how to make yourself fucking fart so you can fart every step of the way and tell them to take their fines and shove them up their ass, because that's all it is. Don't step out of line. I would turn to herbal stuff. Yes. But I've learned how to heal without using it. I wear crystals, but I know how to heal without wearing the crystals. Most of the time, I just like them because they're pretty. It's just, it's energy. It's all in connect, the connection, appreciation. I can go into a crystal store and I can tell if things have been drained of energy. I can tell if something's fake, because if I'm not feeling energy from it. I went into one yesterday and I was standing by the cards, and all of a sudden I felt like a tug. It wasn't a nice one either. And I turned around and there was somebody standing there that's where I was getting a bad mojo from. And that would explain why I wasn't feeling energy within, because, and then a friend of mine, she had a selenite down her shirt. And I was feeling a heaviness on my chest, like just wasn't feeling good. I was sitting there and I realized and remembered that she had that down her shirt. And I told her, like, take that out of your shirt, because she was feeling anxiety and stuff. What she was doing was she had it next to her heart, and the negative energy, the bad mojo, the bad energy was coming in at the crystal. She was holding it by her heart, and the heart is powerful. So the heart was starting to feeling like it was absorbing it. And I was feeling it. And I told her to, like, take it out of your shirt. And once she took it out of her shirt, she had her release, and I had the release, and she had the release, because it was holding it there. The heart was it was like the heart was in distress from it. It's like an overdose of something. She was being overdosed and stimulated by negative energy. Because, like I said, once she took it out of there, she was able to breathe again. Because it's like a suffocation. And just so everybody knows, when you decode the word who, you get beached. You get the word beached. Being beached like a whale. Control, You can't do this without our approval. Take your fucking approval, cram it up your ass. Because I don't need your approval. I can put whatever I fucking please in my body. It's not your body, it's mine. Diskuto yan. Just because they say it works doesn't mean it does. It works for them because it fills their pocketbooks. The biggest majority of it is fucking synthetic. It's not real. It's not natural. I'm not saying that all like it doesn't have its place, but I don't want it. Whether people like it or not, I'll leave it in God's hands. I'll leave it in Spirit's hands. Oh, wait, I already did. Because I had faith when I was dying. I had faith in God, Spirit, however you perceive. I say Spirit because Spirit is the Trinity. It's all of it. And I just got that some people don't like that word, the Trinity. I must say, then you're you're part of a religious congregation. And that's not throwing shade on you. Because the Trinity is a mother, father, and child. The mother is the Holy Spirit. Whether somebody wants to think it or not, because the Holy Spirit is everything and everyone. Spaced? No. Just sitting with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. And Spirit wants you to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, then you understand things. But then it's not like it's you're coming to the understanding and then you're in the knowing. You go in unknown. And when you go on in the unknown, you start knowing because it all comes back and you know that, okay, yeah, this is the myth, but it's my truth. Right now, I'm feeling like the energy is moving up within the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. It's the part of unlearning. Unlearning what we were taught and told and preached. Coming into the truth of what really is or isn't. And they say, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is, only because you make it that way. Or you perceive it that way. Preserve, perceive. And it is true. Reality is what you make it. Kirai. My children, my family are my inspiration to be better, to become the version of myself that I always came here to be. So stop allowing them to take your power and stop giving them their power. Because I know you can do it. Change starts with us, with you. Don't just say that you want something in life. You see something in life for yourself. If you have that dream, it's real. You already have it. You just forgot. So come out of the basement. Come out of the fear, the trauma. But it's not trauma anymore. After the trauma is when you're experiencing it, it becomes a PTSD. And a PTSD is spirit's way of telling you you need to look at it. Because there's something there you're not seeing or you forgot. Kieturi Mariana. Isolagrias. Kyoto Torre Krianka Kriata Kukuria Saitum. Kiebria. Sile. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. I want to thank the ones that gave likes, shares, started following. I didn't come for your gift. Like, thank you for the gifts. I didn't come for the likes. I didn't come for the shares or subscriptions or money or anything like that or following. I came to enlighten. I came to share my journey to encourage other people. Share your journey because you'll find out that more and more people understand you on a deeper level. So, with that being said, I'm going to read a card. Basically, como que ai que deixalei yesterday. Kitutuki e kurbaria toda so. Courage is being afraid, but going on anyhow. So conquering your fear. Because every step you take forward, you're one step closer. So, with that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself, be your authentic self, be true to yourself, be true to others. When being yourself, be who you are, not who somebody says you are or you have to be. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and know that you have more strength and you are more powerful than what you can comprehend at times. I'm sending you all love and hope you all had an awesome weekend. My finger's not working again. They say that I. Just kidding. It's cool.